Nicola Sturgeon is facing calls to step down with #Resign Sturgeon trending on Twitter after new figures revealed 1,339 people in Scotland died of drug misuse last year. The number is higher than in any other European country, and around 3.5 times the figure for England and Wales. Drug misuse deaths in Scotland rose by 75 on 2019, when 1,339 were recorded. They have now been increasing for 7 years in a row, and are nearly 3 times the rate seen a decade ago. In response, the #Resign Sturgeon began trending on social media, as furious people demanded accountability from the First Minister. Facunda Savala tweeted, "Nicola Sturgeon has presided over this drug death scandal, as First Minister of Scotland for 7 years. She should resign." Another Twitter user added, "Every day she is in power she is destroying Scotland and its fine people. She has to go now." A third wrote, "I'm no expert but it always seems to me that Nicola Sturgeon is always too obsessed with independence to recognise the underlying problems that are happening to her own people." A fourth posted, "If Sturgeon had any decency, she would take responsibility for this massive SNP failure and resign. She has no honour, so she won't." All for Unity, which was founded by George Galloway, tweeted with the hashtag, "Scotland's shame." Scotland records over 300 deaths per million people, aged 15 to 64, each year. This is more than 3 times the figures reported by other countries that are high on the list, such as Sweden, Norway and Ireland. Some European countries, including Austria and Denmark, record less than 50 deaths per million over the same timeframe. Ms Sturgeon admitted Scotland's drug death figures are shameful, and said action is being taken. She tweeted, "The number of lives lost to drugs is unacceptable, each one a human tragedy. Scottish Government does not shirk the responsibility and we are determined to make changes that will save lives. These 2020 figures, though no less shameful because of it, predate actions set out at start of year." Referring to specific measures she added, "We now have a dedicated drugs minister in Angela Constance, a substantial funding commitment and action underway to e.g. ensure faster access to community support, treatment and rehab. We will also continue to argue for reform of drugs law, which is not currently within our power." The SNP won the most seats at May's Holyrood election, but fell one short of an overall majority. Ms Sturgeon is demanding a second referendum on taking Scotland out of the UK, but Boris Johnson is urging her to focus on Scotland's coronavirus recovery. Douglas Ross, Scottish Conservative leader, was fiercely critical of Ms Sturgeon's record. In response to her comments, he tweeted, "You've had 14 years. Drug deaths have hit new records every year you've been First Minister.